Can't Be Friends, the series is back! This video is the second part of the last video. Today, I'm going to talk about the last two moments. They are... Hi, this is Subi. My mission when I come to this world is to make humankind believe in true love. And the true love I want to talk about is Taekook. I realized that my pronunciation is not really good, so please turn the subtitles on to get the best understanding of what I said. Number 1. It all started in 2018, such a memorable year with so many events happening. It was a legendary year because we have Taekook kissing on screen. There are two things that are worth talking about. First one is when they made the kiss, and the second one is everything that happened afterwards behind the camera. Let's consider the behavioral psychological aspects first. Talking about Taehyung. We don't need to have any knowledge about psychology to tell how happy and excited Taehyung was after Jungkook kissed him. Let's pay attention to his cheekbone muscles. They lift up as they were about to touch his eyes, his crinkly eye laugh, and an open mouth. Even though they try to cover his face, but everyone can clearly see his expressions, every sign saying that this is true happiness. However, if you watch more carefully, you would see one subtle expression right after the kiss. He was laughing and also raising both eyebrows. This means he was in a good state. He was comfortably, friendly, and giving consent to the other. In contrast, Jungkook made a surprising face before Taehyung kissed him on his cheek, even before Taehyung came closer to him. His eyes widely opened. Both of his eyebrows were raised, and his mouth also became wider. These expressions showed that he was so surprised at the moment Taehyung was walking towards him. This didn't seem logical, because Jungkook should be surprised after Taehyung came closer to him or kissed him. At this point, Jungkook must know that Taehyung was going to kiss him. Then, Jungkook kept shaking his legs. Shaking legs is the way to keep oneself least worried, confused, or embarrassed. But he was also stopped it quickly right when Jin came in. Considering his strange behavior, I questioned myself, how often does it happen that can make Jungkook recognize that Taehyung was going to kiss him by just looking at the way Taehyung walked towards him? When Jungkook kissed Taehyung, everyone burst out laughing and clapping hands, showing that they were so excited with it. This time you can clearly hear that arm set. And when Taehyung kissed Jungkook, everyone was surprised, but they weren't as much consensual as before. You can hear someone was loudly cheering when Taehyung kissed Jungkook. Then the members start going, "Oh wow, yeah!" Now you can see the logical sequence should be, Taehyung came to kiss Jungkook. Then everyone started being surprised. This supports the idea that Jungkook already knew it before Taehyung even came and kissed him. In order to clarify what the members thought in this situation, let's see how they think about the cheek kissing. BTS has been facing a lot of kissing challenges at variety shows. Most of them find it uncomfortable when they have to do it. This means the members don't see that cheek kissing is such a thing that can happen between male friends. Cheek kissing is not a sign of being in love. It can be made to express many different emotion states. Taehyung often shows his love by kissing the person's cheek. Taekook don't need a reason for a kiss. They just make a kiss as a way of showing affection towards each other. Taekook kissing each other by the consent. is not like the way Taehyung one side kisses others. Jungkook always sincerely and carefully responds to Taehyung. This is the key moment that makes me think Taekook are not simply just friends or brothers, since they have the real need of being intimate and loving each other. Remember the topic. Say one thing you want to say to each other but haven't had the chance. Why the members either encourage or complain about each other? A kiss on the cheek spoke for Taekook. How romantic it was, wasn't it? Now, we will be traveling to 2020. This moment has the connection with a theory that happened on January 26th, but I'm not going to talk about it today. Generally, on that day, Taekook was so suspicious that even non-fans also thought that they were a couple. However, the key of moment was not when they were standing together, but when they were apart, in a situation that will be on screen no matter what. To say more clearly, on that day, the boys had an interview at the red carpet. While Namjoon was speaking, there was Jungkook not listening but flirting with someone else.
You know, we do it over again and again, but it was still fun.
So I'm sure it'll work out when you get on the air. Now, you have incredible loyal fans.
Firstly, you need to know one of the most typical ways to flirt is by making a wink. The process of this behavior is looking at the target, catching their eyes, and a wink is all it takes. Jungkook did exactly that. He waited for Taehyung's eyesight, and when their eyes met, Jungkook made a wink. It was funny because when Jungkook winked, the cameraman zoomed in to his eyes and then quickly zoomed out to see whom he was winking to.
You know, we do it over again and again, but it was still fun.
So I'm sure it'll work out when you get on the air. Now, you have incredible loyal fans.
I'm asking you, if your best friend flirted with you in public, what would be your reaction? If that was me, I would burst out laughing and flirt with them back. Or I might feel a bit confused, but I wouldn't be so stressed. Now, pay attention to Taehyung's reaction.
Now, you have incredible loyal fans around the world. How does that help keep you?
His arm immediately went up and weakly went down. This is an unusual movement. Psychology calls gravity-defying behavior, showing by surprise and excitement. His mouth was too open to have a small breath. Then he pressed his lips. This is pacifying behavior, meaning that he felt a bit nervous. He also suddenly looked down, a sign of being shy, and lastly, he pressed his lips one more time. In short, all of this reaction were so suspicious, which means he gave the other a special place in his heart. Jungkook also changed his state after the reactions of Taehyung. He showed how confident he was by raising his eyebrows and pouting his lips to the camera. Everything just logically happened like that. There are so many charming people in this world, but there is only one person that can easily turn a steadily calm Taehyung into. There is no one else rather than Jungkook. I believe that this series hasn't ended yet. In recent years, we got a lot more key moments that expose the relationship. Do you think of any moment? Please leave a comment below on what moments I should analyze next.